We're going to look at an example of an arithmetic sequence and series. And in this particular case, we want to find a particular term. And in this case, this example that we're looking at, we're going to find the 10th term. But before we do that, we're going to use what's called a general rule for an arithmetic sequence, or I'll probably refer to it as a formula for an arithmetic sequence. And that says whatever term we're trying to find, n, a sub n is equal to a sub 1, which is the first term of the sequence, plus n, and again, n is whatever term we're trying to find, minus 1 times d, and d represents what's called the common difference. All right, so in order to find the 10th term of this arithmetic sequence, so it tells us this sequence here is an arithmetic sequence. Well, the first thing we know automatically is if it's arithmetic, it has what's called a common difference, d. All right, so to find the common difference, that's what we're going to do. We'll do this in steps. Step 1, we want to find the common difference. And I'll do this in steps to kind of help you. I'm going to abbreviate difference, D-I-F-F. So to find the common difference, we go to the second term, which in this case is 25. And we're going to subtract off the first term, which is 32. And it doesn't matter which terms we use. I mean, I could go to 11 and subtract off 18. I'm still going to get the same common difference because it's already defined as an arithmetic sequence. So if I do 25 minus 32, that's going to give me a common difference of a negative 7. So that's the first step that I need in order to be able to find the 10th term. Step 2, let's indicate or write down the things that we know. Well, we just found out we know that the common difference d is equal to a negative 7. We also know from the problem that n in this case is going to have the value of 10 because we're trying to find the nth term or the 10th term. And then we're going to use this general rule or our formula to help us finish this out, which was a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times the common difference d. That was our general rule that we were using. All right, and one other thing that we know, one other piece of information that we know is we know because we've been given the sequence already, the first term, a sub 1, is equal to 32. So we define all the things that we know. The next step, step 3, is we want to find the 10th term, a sub 10. So now it's a matter of substitution. We're going to use substitution into our general formula or general equation to help us find a sub 10. So a sub 10, substituting in 10 for n, is going to be equal to a sub 1. In this case, we said that that is 32. So we substitute in 32 plus, again, we said n is equal to 10. So 10 minus 1 times my common difference. And we define the common difference as negative 7. I'm going to put that in parentheses so we don't get that confused because it's got a negative on it. So now we just follow order of operations and we simplify this. So we've got 32 plus 10 minus 1 is going to be 9 times a negative 7. Again, we continue to simplify. A positive times a negative is going to give me a negative. So I have 32 minus 9 times 7 is going to be 63. And then again, I have 32 minus 63. So let's see. Let's do it this way. 63 minus 32. I know that the 63 is the one that's negative, so my answer is going to be negative. 3 minus 2 is going to be 1, and 6 minus 3 is going to be 3. So it's going to be a negative 31. So the 10th term, a sub 10, in this sequence, using our general rule or our general formula, is going to be equal to a negative 31.